Hello, it's Moobit here from Moobit Media, UK and all that other lovely stuff with a new shiny. Let me cup your eyes. Cup your eyes. Cup your eyes. It's very nice, this, isn't it? So this bit of an experiment mini review just to see how this thing is working. This is the Logitech HD C920 webcam that I'm talking to you through here, which I purchased last week, just really because I've kind of lost my recording studio, if you will, in the downstairs room in our house, let's say, for a little while, and filming, well, hence me dropping off of YouTube really, but I'm doing this a bit raw because, of course, filming everything, I've got proper cameras, film lights, and all that kind of stuff. Setting them up all the time is a bit of a ball ache, frankly, especially when you want to do a bit of a vlog or sort of a mini review or something like that, kind of off the cuff. You have to spend like an hour setting things up. You YouTubers out there will know what I'm talking about, which is why I prefer having, I'm eventually going to be having a permanent green screen setup rather than having one that, on frames and rolled out and all the rest. So I just thought I'd try this out and do it a little bit raw. There's going to be slight editing here because you can have stuff appearing right there. Just to say hello, Happy New Year. Did you have a good one? I did. Out with the wife, brilliant. It was awesome sauce. In a place called the Bell Inn in Nottingham, which had a awesome sauce band playing some covers from 70s up to like the new stuff. Guitar band, absolutely fantastic, great stuff. But yeah, I thought I'll put a link to them down here somewhere if I can remember. See if they've got a YouTube channel. If I have, I'll link it down here and you can check them out because I recommend them. They're good. They're good lads, actually. They put on a good show. Anyway, quick raw mini review because it's something I've been dying to open. Because while I was out Christmas shopping before the Christmas period, I was in John Lewis. All the shops are available, but not selling this. And I saw that. Now, bear with me because obviously I'm just messing about with the camera. I've got to work it out. But I think this should, in theory, autofocus. There you go. Hopefully you can see that because, like I say, no lights. Which is on the packet is the Tomy Gatcha, or Gatcha. Which is basically an arms Micron mold. And you've probably seen these if you've watched any reviews of Japanese Transformers and things like that. On YouTube, there's plenty of them. The guys in America tend to get them better than we do. But over in Europe, we don't get the arms Micron range. We would have to import it, which is rather bloody expensive. And I'm a big fan of the Transformers Prime line. Must admit, it's got me back into the figure collecting a bit more recently. Just because it's a good mix of the sort of G1 stuff that I grew up with and more modern Transformer-y techniques, and slightly more simplified and more solid and robust to me than the Moobits were, because they were just all like foldy panels and just a bit. Yeah. But anyway, I saw them. They're £2 each, I think. Bloody bargain. So I'm feeling all the packets. Now, anyone who doesn't know what arms Micron are, they came with the Transformers line, the Transformers Prime line, should I say, in Japan. And they're basically spools with, you can probably just about make them out. They're like Target Masters from back in the G1 days. There you go. Don't know how close I can get with that. There you go. So they're kind of like Target Masters. They're like weapons that turn into mini robots. And there's RC there, and there's like some kind of a turtle thing that turns into a shield. You've got a Megatron gun thing there, and you've got a bulkhead here. And I was hoping for the bulkhead one, so I've been feeling all, as you do with these sort of blind bags, I've been feeling the packets, trying to feel, and this feels quite chunky and big. So I'm going to open this live for you right now and see what's in it. And while I'm talking about that, staying on the thing of Transformers 4. What do we think of Transformers 4 in terms of the news that's come out already? To be fair, it is. More on that in a minute. To be fair, I wasn't a massive fan of the Michael Bay films. Bayformers, as I call them. They were good action films, lots of mayhem and everything else like that, but no characterization. It was like, I can see why they put humans in there a bit, but there was no characterization on the actual robots themselves, which is why you're watching a film called Transformers, for fuck's sake. Which you can't make out is War and Peace, the Transformers G1 cartoon, but at least there's a bit of mythology there. And when you start putting in the comics and everything else and all the shows that followed it, and Prime, I mean, you can see that it does work. But 4, I must admit, I heard the word Dinobot, geeked out. Now, a lot of you will have seen that Grimlock's definitely confirmed, as are the other Dinobots. We've not seen what all of them look like, but we do have an idea what Grimlock looks like in his T-Rex mode, which is up here. This is via, as usual, a toy photograph of a toy thing from an expo. I think it's going to be some kind of a backdrop. But anyway, we know that this is probably real because Bay has already confirmed that one of the scenes is the Transformers will ride the Dinobots into battle at some point in the film, and we know that Prime rides Grimlock, so this has got to be right. And actually, I'm quite liking the look of his Dino mode. It's kind of updated, but still kind of cool, and it looks like a T-Rex. I kind of had this image maybe like they'd crash into the Natural History Museum and scan the bones or something, and then there'd be some kind of crazy ass looking thing like that. But that I'd get on board with. But most recently, we have had, again via inlay for a design for the boxes for the toy lines that are going to come out, we've got an inlay with the Dino modes of all the Dinobots, which is up on your screen in the corner. In fact, if I can make it big enough, I'll put it on the entire screen right here. And as you can see, I'm going to bring it up on my other screen just here. It's looking rather damn good. So we've got confirmed, obviously Grimlock we already know, which is who's going to be voiced by musician Mike Patton. But we've got 5 Dinobots now on this inlay. Now, presuming they're all in the film, some of them might just be toys themselves. You never know. But to be fair, I think these are all going to be in the film. Not quite as they were in the G1. So it looks like we've got a Triceratops, which we presume is going to be slag. A Pretodon, is it? A pterodactyl, whatever. Obviously going to be Swoop. And then it looks like we've got a Velociraptor and some kind of Spinosaurus or something like that. Not quite the lineup that was in G1, but still they look rather cool. A bit of artistic license on them, like the Triceratops has got some sort of spikes and things on the back of his tail. I'm looking at an image down here. Hopefully you can see that on your screen right now, which I don't believe they had in terms of the bones that have been discovered in real life. But then again, it's a movie about alien transforming robots, so artistic license or whatever. Let me know what you think about this, because I quite like the look of the designs of the dinos, and there is a leak of what we think is Grimlock from a photograph of the back of one of the hoodies of one of the crew. That's on your screen now as well. We presume it's going to be Grimlock because it looks like Dino heads there. It's only in shadow, but to be fair, it's looking okay. I'd like to see some proper release. I mean, it's not too far from the film actually being released now, so I don't know if they're ever going to release official pictures of what these bots look like, or whether they're going to make you wait for the film. We don't know. But let me know what you think down below. I, for one, I'm actually a fan of this. I'm withholding judgment on the film because it's another Michael Bay Transformers film. It's going to be a bit, but it could be fun. You never know. It's kind of a following on with all new cast and everything. So maybe they've learned their mistakes and are doing more bot action and more interaction, should I say, between the actual Transformers characters, rather than just being lots of army guys running around, in a boyish let's blow shit up kind of fashion. Let's see. Anyway, back to this. I've been feeling, and I felt for the big chunky one, and it looks like it's Bulkhead. Oh yeah, and it looks like it's already been made up. It has. Woo, shiny. See if I can make that focus. Like I say, new camera, I'm still learning. There you go. So there's Bulkhead, all flat in his packaging. I'm going to quickly pause just while I figure out the transformation. I'm presuming it's pretty darn simplistic. Looks like, oh, there you go. There's your robot mode right there. Ta-da! There we go. Focus, damn you. Focus. Focus. How close can I get it to focus? Still playing. In fact, let's put some background on there. Wait with me one moment. Okay, so there's Bulkhead in his little tiny robot mode, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. He's got a little head. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in right on the head. Can we get a macro filter on there? Ooh, we've got macro. Hang on a minute, guys. There you go. There's his little tiny robot head. This camera's pretty darn good. I am impressed. There you go. There's his little tiny robot head, which is a very good representation of how he was in the show. There we go. So little tiny robot head, big robot belly, little yellow jewel, and this is actually articulated as well. So we've got, if I can make it focus again, focus, damn you. There we go. So it's articulated. He's got shoulder. His arm's just one solid piece, but he's got some shoulder articulation. And he's kind of got some leg movement in a way, but he's basically there just to stand. And what he does is he transforms from this into a giant fist thing of doom, which is a little bit arbitrary, but it's kind of cool. You can see all it does is you click one of the arms into the top there, so you can have it left-handed or right-handed, and these bits click into your bot of choice, and they've got a giant hitty fist thing, hit for Hulk smashing monsters, and that's pretty much it. But it's pretty darn cool. I kind of like the idea of these things. I think I'm going to now I've got one in hand, and they're a lot better than I thought they would be. So I think what I'm going to be doing is getting a few more of these and doing a review. But yeah, going back to myself, just like that. Yeah, these things are really cool. I really like these. I guess the one thing I'm slightly disappointed as a bit of a nerd is that from what Pior was saying on his reviews that he did last year, these things originally come in little spools that you pop out and you click everything together yourself, and you can tell that 'cause it's all ball joints and things like that. I kind of like that. Would add a bit more to me, a bit more playability to it, because once it's there, it's there. But being able to have to build it yourself, a lot of people said that they didn't want to build it themselves. A lot, it's each to their own. On the reviews that you see on like TF Wiki and on Big Bad Toy Store, things like that. And then the other 50%, like myself, really want to build these things because there's something quite tactile about them. They're let's get out a bit. There we are. They're just, I don't know. They've got a good little bit of a play factor for an old guy, really. Everything clicks in nicely. Everything goes all cool, and you get a little tiny robot. And my thoughts on tiny versions of robots. I'm a big fan of the Cyberverse line. I think they're absolutely fantastic, the Cyberverse lines. And this guy is going right on my Cyberverse shelf with all the rest of them. Yeah. If you see these guys, like I say, I found these in this one along with a big rail of them in John Lewis. I'm not sure anywhere else. I've looked in supermarkets and they're not available in those. I've not seen them yet. But maybe if you have a web at your local toy shop, your local supermarket, they may be able to order them in. I don't know. But yeah, that's Bulkhead. Hopefully some more coming here. Bit of a rambly video, a bit of a raw-ish video. Couple of edits in there. But, I just wanted to play with my new toy and see what it looks like. If the lighting's crap, then obviously I'll set my proper lights up and things for next time. But also I wanted to get into it because I haven't made a video for a little while. Speaking of making stuff, the Gamer Dads podcast is back. It's not every week like it used to be, just because we've all, as presenters, have got other things. We are Gamer Dads after all. We've got a family to look after and all that kind of stuff. So we get them up as much as we can. Aim for 2 weekly. If you go to gamerdads.podbean.com, just there, that will take you straight to a site with all the links for Android, Windows, iPhone, iOS, your PC itself and all the rest of it. Or if you're on iTunes, you can just type in Gamer Dad's Podcast. Or again on Android, for example, go to your podcast player and just type in Gamer Dad's Podcast, and it will find it, or any RSS kind of app, anything like that. Really, have a listen. It's good. It's back to what it was. The audience figures are back. So thank you to all you guys who listen to the podcast as well, who know me. Gamer Dads itself is going from strength to strength. Obviously, people have now got their new toys for Christmas with the Xbox and the new PlayStation. So if you're looking for people to play with those, get yourself on Gamer Dads, make yourself known, and you can follow us on Twitter at Gamer Dads. My own stuff is at Moobit and Moobit Music, and I also run the Gamer Dads sister channel at Retrocast, which is coming back with a bang once I've got the hang of this thing right here. There you go. There's your what do they call that? Housekeeping, I guess. Hopefully on the Moobit channel now, you're going to see a lot more reviews and a lot more sort of vloggy type things going forward. I think that's what I'm going to be doing with this channel, especially after Google's updated all the rights and things around gaming and music and things like that. So while I figure that out, I'll be doing a lot more vloggy and a lot more tech reviews and things like it used to be on this channel. Gaming stuff will be mainly on Twitch, and it will move to the Retrocast UK channel for Gamer Dads, because I do a lot of retro gaming anyway. So we'll have a bit of a vlog while I'm playing some retro games. Hopefully you like that. And of course, anything else will be, I'll let you know on this very channel as and when I do it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that was a bit of a distraction for you. Go and pick these guys up. Very cool little things. And I'll be back next time with probably a review of the Neo Geo X, so look forward to that. Ta-ra!
I like to move it, bit.